From Vermont's own WCAX, presented by Sticks and Stuff and Swanton Lumber, this is Catamount Corner.
Well, it may be the dead of winter here in Catamount Country, but the action is heating up for UVM Sports. Welcome into the first 2024 edition of Catamount Corner. I'm Jack Fitzsimmons.
And I'm Michael Dugan. We've got a packed show for you tonight. We will head to the slopes to catch up with the ski team, and we'll look ahead to lacrosse season, which, believe it or not, Jack, starts next week.
Yeah, it creeps up on us every year. First, though, tonight, the UVM men's hockey program has made big strides so far this year, and earlier this month, one of the program's most famous alums returned to Burlington to give back to his alma mater and get a taste of college coaching.
It's fun. You know, I haven't been back here for such a long time. I think it's, 15 years ago since I last set foot here. So it's cool to be back. Doesn't seem like so much has changed.
Viktor Stalberg was one of the best players to ever come through the UVM men's hockey program.
Vic is obviously a big-time alum for us, a Hall of Famer here at UVM, and you could just look him up and you'll see his pedigree and what he did while he was here.
From 2006 to 2009, Stalberg starred for the Cats, earning All-American honors and being named as a Hobie Baker Award finalist as a junior. But the coolest thing Stalberg got to experience as a Catamount, the 2009 Frozen Four.
Playing in an NHL building, a lot of fans, that whole thing, you know, the pressure that comes with it, I think for me it's a great learning experience. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way we wanted to, but at the same time, it was awesome, and you can really see, you know, those how much the city rallies around the team at those times.
From there, it was on to the pro ranks for Stalberg. He spent the majority of his 8 pro seasons in North America at the NHL level, most notably lifting the Stanley Cup as a member of the Blackhawks in 2013. He got to play in the Olympics at the tail end of his career, but after wrapping up his playing days, he was looking for a way to stay involved in the game.
Well, I think it just, with Sharpie left here in the off-season, with the coaching change happened, I reached out to them and see if they wanted some help. I've been kind of on the fence if I wanted to, get involved in hockey a little bit again. So this was, for me, kind of a good step to see if I think it's fun or feel like I can help out or anything like that.
Obviously, in talking with Vic and then learning more about him, he really has some similarities to guys that we have on the roster right now, and it's just different when you're a guy that pulled the jersey on and had that kind of success.
Interim head coach Steve Weidler took Stalberg up on his offer, and he's been helping the team from afar as an advisor to the coaching staff. He's been crunching tape from home all season, but while associate coach Scott Moser was with the Slovak team at World Juniors, Stalberg came over to Burlington to work with the squad for a couple of weeks. And he brought especially valuable insight for the Cats' large European contingent.
It's different over here, whether it's the ice or culture or things that could get in the way of focusing on hockey sometimes. And I wasn't a star player when I first got here. It took me maybe a year and a half or 2 years before I started figuring out how to play and how to use, like I said, your assets in this type of hockey.
Freshman year is tough. Everything is new. You're playing against bigger, faster players. We all know that the European game is very different from North American, and having a guy who's done it all already and knows the differences and how to really break through over here as well, just gives you a lot of help.
Sophomore defenseman Philip Tornquist is one of those Europeans. In fact, he and Stalberg hail from the same hometown of Gothenburg, Sweden. They actually ran into each other this summer before Stalberg started working with the squad.
There's this small little skate shop that pretty much, they're world class. So I'm in there, and obviously I have a good relationship with the owner there. He asked me if I was prepared for the upcoming season, and you play for UVM, right? I'm like, yeah.
I was buying skates for my kid at the local hockey store, and this guy is there talking to them. He's like, yeah, I'm playing for Vermont. I was like, what?
Obviously, I knew who he was, so we started talking, and that's when he told me that he was going to be with us a little bit for this year, and I was obviously really excited for that.
So it was kind of a funny story how I ran into him, and obviously keep a little extra eye on him.
Weidler says it's been a huge advantage for the program, both to have Moser scouting and learning new things at World Juniors, but also because it's the only chance they get to have Stalberg interact with the guys face-to-face and share his experiences.
Vic would still be around our program and coaching our coaches and helping out, but it just brings a little more conviction to the words when Vic can actually get on the ice with Isaac and Andre and all of our players and talk to them. you know how it is when you're face to face with somebody that's had that kind of experience, it just carries more weight.
Stalberg himself says it was a great experience to be back. But as for picking up coaching as a full-time gig,
I don't think coaching is really what I want to do. And that's just basically off of the family situation. I'm not ready to move around. I'd like to get involved in hockey in some way, but it'll probably be more of a player development kind of role.
However, he's glad to have been able to help his alma mater out this year. And he's looking forward to great things from the Cats in the not-too-distant future.
They're starting to get over that hump. You know, they're getting some confidence. Building off the momentum is going to be big. Learning how to win is another thing. You know, I can just relate to our class. We had a pretty good class, and the year ahead of us, they started winning as a group, and I think that's what they have to do here too. They have to start winning as a group. Once the next year comes in, those guys know, like, winning expected.
Great stuff there from a Stanley Cup champion.